Hey everyone, it's Theo, and it's now time for some Akatiti on Ruthless difficulty, one of my most favorite maps to play. I played a ton of this map back in 2013-2014 because this map had the best weapons for 3 different heroes. We were still building with squires back then, so the Gladius was awesome. The Sparus was your main monk weapon back then, and the Clava just looked freaking cool. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and do the turtle code for this. We're going to do the up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A. So we're going to go to this turtle. We're going to hit that turtle twice. We'll get a little bit of mana for that turtle. Then we're going to hit the down turtle twice. Now we're going to go all the way down here and over here, and we're going to click on our left turtle. We're going to run all the way over to the other side and click on our right turtle. There we go, and we'll do this one more time each. Left turtle petted, and then the right turtle petted one more time. Now we're going to go and find our B chest right up here, B, and now we're going to go find our A chest way over here. There we go, our A chest. Now let's go into the deep dark water and pet that final turtle. Now you can, if you mess up, you can fall in the spikes and die here, so be careful. Going under the bridge. I'll move back, there we go. And down here, final turtle has been pet. Alright, now on Nightmare you do just get a turtle on a treadmill pet. It's not a very good builder pet at all. On Ruthless, you get the same pet, nothing really special about it, but you also get a gun as well. Alright, so we're going to do 2 aura stacks, ensnare and strength drain, and then we're going to swap over to our EV, and we're going to build a bunch of 2 DU physical walls, physical beams. We're going to have one right there, let me put one right here. Basically, any way that ogres can walk towards where we're going to build our towers is going to get blocked. Now this buff beam is at an angle, and I'm kind of placing it like this because my apprentice is going to stand on I guess a tiki torch maybe. That's what it's called. All right, we're going to finish it up. So we got 4 2DU physical beams, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our hermit. And our hermit is just going to build a nature's pylon. This is going to go ahead and buff the 2 aura stacks that we built. And then the rest of this is going to be some apprentice towers. And we are going to build 3 DSTs. And they're going to basically point east, west, and south. And then the remaining towers will be LTs. So I'll go ahead and bring in my tower boost monk. And I'm going to drop some mana to my adept to finish this build while also tower boosting. Alright, there we go. We'll finish up the build, and then I'll just upgrade this buff beam. Now my apprentice is not wearing the diamond. They are wearing, they are sporting a Huntress Guardian, because after I finish upgrading, I will bring out my my apprentice again, my adept, and I want her to be boosting the towers. There is going to be, you do get that 30% bonus for having your builder out there during the waves, but I also want her, while she's out there, to not only have that boost, but also boost the speed of the towers. So I got my adept upgrader out here now, and I'm going to go ahead and do some upgrading. I should be able to upgrade everything in this one wave, because what's going to end up happening, when I'm not webbed, is a bunch of ogres are just going to hang out right here trying to get down, and I'm just going to use these guys to basically upgrade everything, almost everything. The ogres really don't swing at the walls for the most part. They just they're trying to get to the LT, so they just keep walking into this physical beam instead of just trying to kill the physical beam. Alright, So all that is upgraded. I'll grab some more mana down here. And I didn't upgrade all of the physical beams on the other side, but that is going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my builder apprentice again and get this wave started, and I'll upgrade these physical beams with my tower booster. And here's an unlit torch that I basically stand on with my adept, and I put her there because if I put her even closer to the towers, ogre snot balls may kill her. So I just stand like right here, and they don't really seem to care that she's there. And I don't get hit with spiders because I did have her stand on a couple other areas, but spiders were getting her. So standing on top of this tiki torch with her huntress guardian doing their thing seemed to work out pretty well, and I haven't died in any of the waves with her standing there. So, like I said, this is I played a ton of this map. I actually made a build guide for this on Steam back in October of 2013. It's called basically Akatiti Jungle for the solo defender. Because back then, playing solo just seemed like a foreign concept, because you kind of needed a lot to happen. And so the name of the game back then was crowd control. So it was placing gas traps at all these different choke points and then running around with your DPS monk with a mega chicken. And back then, mega chickens weren't just melee; they also shot. They had range damage too for their eggs, and you could just roll through these mobs on Nightmare with your DPS monk and chicken, or even more fun, running around with your barbarian with two gladius weapons. So it was a lot of fun. Obviously, this is before tower stacking, and this is when you kind of had to use all your DU and all of your minion units. Because like right where I'm standing now, is we used to have we used to place a bunch of minions there, and those minions were just there to just get beat up on, while other things were killing it. And it wasn't lightning towers. It might have been harpoons. Heck, it could even have been traps, explosive traps or something like that. But this map is so well done. It was one of my favorite maps. And my monk had a builder Sparus, obsidian Sparus, for the longest time before mischief makers and dragon halberds and other things were the better weapons to use. So the Sparus was the main weapon that we used on our monks. And the clava, apprentices really weren't used that much back then. EVs were. And so oftentimes clavas were your stat sticks on EVs. But honestly, I think the clava might be the best looking weapon in game. It just looks so freaking cool. So playing this map on Ruthless does allow you to target farm clavas, while on Nightmare, the 3 rewards that exist, which are the Obsidian, Sparus, Gladius, and Clava, are all random. But in Ruthless, you can target farm them, so if you have an apprentice out, you are guaranteed to get a Clava. So that's why we have our builder apprentice out. Not only, because we want a Clava, but also for that extra damage. And then we're going to bring out another apprentice. And that apprentice could be used for DPS, but I'm just going to have that apprentice come out with a monk guardian and just stand on the towers, because I'm going to DPS with my series EV, and we're going to beam the boss. Now back in 2013, we weren't beaming the boss back then. We were using the barbarian, and we were hawking. We were DPSing with our monks and hero boosting, and then using our barbarians to do hawk stance, and hopefully one-shot the boss. That's kind of what the meta was for this map back then. So during the boss fight, I'm going to definitely have my 2 apprentices in there because I definitely I want to guarantee I'm getting 2 clavas because those are the coolest weapons, and they can roll pretty well. Maybe not as good as Jeweled Bidents, but I mean they can get pretty close. And then I'm going to beam the boss with my Series EV, and I'm going to actually hero boost with my Tower Boost Monk. My Tower Boost Monk only has 1.5k hero boost, so it is kind of what it is. It's just a little bit extra. But I have a pretty good beamer. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My Ember Scepter is 69k, which is I think is pretty good. So I can definitely beam the boss, and it will take a little bit longer to beam that boss than on Nightmare, where that boss dies in like 2 seconds. So I am bringing in my my other apprentice. I'm bringing in Catterley, and Catterley is wearing is sporting a Monk Guardian. Alright, bringing in Pinky. And Pinky is using an Ember Scepter and a Cheshire Cat, which is just a pink version of Munchkin, which is a 213 boost cat. So we'll go ahead and get this last wave started. And I'm going to go ahead and move my apprentices into their place. She goes on top of the Tiki Torch, and Catterley goes, right here next to the towers. Now I'm going to run around with my Series EV, and I'm going to start my my AB2 so I can start charging up my my beam. Get enough mana so that I can I have full beam when it's time for the boss. Alright, I am now full. My beam is charged, so I stop my beam. And I just run on. I used to stand over by the towers and shoot all those ogres that were waiting at the physical beam. But that just made them more angry, and they would just shoot snot balls at my 2 apprentices. So I just kind of stopped doing that. And now I'm just kind of doing this. I want them to focus me. I don't really have to do anything like this. They'll all die by themselves. I'm just helping the wave along, so don't think that you have to come out here and DPS these guys. I'm doing it because my EV has a taste for ogre blood. But now it's time. It's time for the boss. So I'm going to go ahead and move my Tower Boost Monk down here. Now, granted, this boss fight would probably be a lot quicker if I had a true Hero Boost Monk. But if I did that, then this wave might take longer because I don't have as effective tower boost. So we're just going to go this route. The Series EV will, you do have a chance to get a Clava with the Series EV because a Clava could spawn with her. I think I was told by Caesar there's a potential 83% chance that you'll get a Clava as opposed to a random item with your Series EV. So that's a good thing. So maybe we'll get 3 Clavas out of this. Alright, it is boss time. Let's see how we do this. This is a long boss intro. Alright, I turn on Hero Boost, and I initiate my beam, and now I'm just going to go ahead and beam this boss. Trying to stay out of its way a little bit. Moving around. Yeah, Sharkin coming after me. Everybody wants a party, Pinky, let me tell you. And we're done. Yeah. Unfortunately, the EV is not used on a lot of maps. But this one, she's great. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we were able to get some sweet, sweet Clavas. There's our turtles. And 3 myth Clavas. Whatever. And you see those turtle shell throwers are the weapon you get for doing the turtle code as well now. So that's added into Ruthless. And so that is a Ruthless only thing. Timing's not too bad. I still really enjoy this map. It's a lot of fun, but man, that build does take some time to do that whole turtle code. You're looking almost 3 minutes. But all in all, it's, I love this map. Yeah, I have so many fond memories of this map. It's a lot of fun. Great map, great design, great sound. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, everyone. and happy farming.